Hello, I'm Evocable Object 4, and we're back to Wounded by Words. I went to the bathroom to relieve myself. As I entered, lost in my thoughts, I noticed an unusual smell, something like blood. When I looked at the mirror, I ended up stepping back immediately. There was a corpse inside the mirror, one of the soldiers. He was here to punish me, to be sure I would rot in hell just like him. You can't escape your fate. Panicked, I brought my hand to my mouth. I was breathing heavily. What do I do? There's nothing else to click on, so I had to go up to the mirror. I shattered the reflection with my hand. Blood poured out of my flesh wound, but I didn't feel a thing. The apparition was gone, and that was all that mattered to me at this moment. I fell to my knees, frightened. Am I seeing things again? Wait, I'm not seeing things again, am I? It had to stop. I thought of my medicine again. I hadn't taken it that day. Now was the right time. Worn out by hunger and lack of sleep, I relieved myself and went to sleep right away. Once again, I had no rest that night, and unsurprisingly, I was scared of going to the bathroom again. Each time I had been there alone, I had been exposed to disturbing visions of war. I knew that nothing I saw in those visions was real, that it was just a dream, but it wasn't natural either. I was scared of myself, scared of these narrow confines. I wanted to escape so badly, turning over and over on the floor. I struggled with the demons within me. I didn't want to go to the bathroom alone, but I had to meet a natural need. I couldn't wait any longer. That's why the next morning, I entered the room with caution. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. I sighed with relief. Dots. As I was exiting the WC, something colorful drew my attention near the mirror. There was blood on the washstand. Probably because I injured myself yesterday night. I shrugged, trying to reassure myself when a flood of blood came out of the tap. The liquid was flowing at an incredible speed, making the washstand overflow with bright red. It squirted on me, and soon enough, I had blood all over my body, yet the flow didn't stop. I thought I was crazy. I couldn't compute what was going on. All that I could see was a huge pool of blood. Golly! Something inside me suddenly broke. I screamed with all my strength. Enough! Enough! I've had enough! I wasn't in control of my body anymore. I was crying my eyes out, shouting, knocking over everything that was in my way. I felt as if I wasn't inside my body anymore. I had become a spectator, and I was watching a puppet dance. I can't do this anymore! As I was shook over and over, my field of vision became blurred, and I collapsed from exhaustion on the floor. Everything went black. When I finally resurfaced, I was in the same corridor as usual. Everyone was looking at me with serious expressions. I immediately understood. They had seen me. They knew. It was no use. I couldn't hide this pitiable state of mind anymore. Are you okay, Agatha? Yeah, thanks. I guess you all saw me. They nodded in silence. I felt incredibly ashamed. You were screaming so loudly, we all rushed into the bathroom to see what had happened. You had some kind of panic attack and injured yourself. You were lying on the floor, stiff. We thought you were dead. We carried you here because we didn't want you to catch a cold. Do you want to talk about it? Well, now that you've seen everything, I can't pretend anymore, can I? I have post-traumatic stress disorder ever since I came back from the war. Every time I see or hear something that reminds me of all the people who died around me, it makes me nervous and I end up having a panic attack. I also have nightmares every night, living the same horror again and again, so I barely sleep anymore. That's all. This place makes me feel unsafe, and I have trouble controlling my anxiety, so I finally broke down. At that moment, I couldn't manage to look them in the eyes. Well, you could have told us sooner. Perhaps we could have helped you feel better. We'll let you rest, okay? But there's something else we have to know. Something else? Since we had to carry you, it fell down. I suddenly realized what they were talking about. Uncontrollable tears fall on the ground. Why do you have a gun on you? The words hurt. They hurt so badly. I couldn't hide anything anymore. Why do you have a gun on you? Oh, please. It was too much to handle. After the war, I mean. I came back but felt empty and depressed. I couldn't sleep anymore. I couldn't escape the memories. I couldn't forget about myself either. I'd killed. I wanted the pain to stop, so I brought a gun illegally. You're going to put an end to my suffering. I was supposed to do it the day of the incident. I wanted to take one last stroll before pulling the trigger. How could I have known that there would be a terrorist attack and I would be trapped here with you? I didn't say anything. I thought it would be better that way. They all sighed in unison. I couldn't begin to imagine what they were thinking. You should rest a bit, okay? We'll be here if you need something. We're keeping the gun, though. We don't want you to do anything reckless. Wait, please, don't leave me alone. But they didn't listen. They split up, leaving me behind. I felt so dirty, so ashamed. I had a terrible headache. Everything was screwed up. I looked at my pills while crying. Was this treatment even working? I didn't feel any better. It didn't erase the memories either. I sat silently for a while. I tried to remember how I got myself here and what went wrong. The incident was only the day before yesterday, yet it felt like it took place ages ago, in another universe. Reflecting on the situation, I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I think I'll always remember that day, even if I had lived through more perilous situations. This one held a special place in my heart. I remember everything so vividly because it was a human experience, an unconventional one at that, just like war, actually. Okay. The Charon approach of things, saying certain things at the beginning that will later be used later. Maybe it left a mark on me, precisely because it reminded me of the war, of the pain, of the hopelessness. And also because it made me feel useful again. I thought I could help people, that I could be a functional human being again. But that may have been foolish of me. One can never return from hell, after all. Never. Even so, I remember that day as a moment of hope. I tried to cling to that, convincing myself it was my last chance. Was it all in vain? Aye. At that moment, I opened my eyes. I didn't want to be alone anymore. Even if they didn't want to talk to me anymore, even if their words would be harmful, I wanted to talk to someone. I glanced around. Talk to... I don't know who to talk to. um, I'll talk to Gabriel. I went to Gabriel. I. Shh. Don't tell me you're sorry. It's okay. How did you know I was going to apologize? Maybe I'm starting to get used to you. So what can I do for you? I don't know. Want to talk? Not about me. Okay then. Let's talk about me. Did I tell you about how I got my heart broken? No. I'm thinking about her right now. That's why. There's something I've been hiding too, so I think it'll only be fair if I tell you right now. I got caught up with you all here because I ran away like a coward. I glimpsed my ex-girlfriend on the ground floor and didn't know what to do, so I went downstairs in a terribly stupid fashion just because I didn't know how to face her. Isn't that pretty natural? Well, it's complicated. This girl, I loved her. She made me feel happy, loved, accepted. I couldn't imagine being with someone else. We had been together for some time when she decided we should break up. First, I didn't understand. I didn't see what I did wrong. What wasn't working? I thought we were perfect together. That I made her happy too. But I decided to accept her decision, to let her go, precisely because I wanted her to be happy. Then I discovered the reason behind it. One of her friends told me that she still loved me. She didn't want to break up, but was forced to. What do you mean? Peer pressure. Her family, her friends, everyone she knew made comments about me, about how she was wasting her life being with me. Some people laughed at her, saying she was taking care of me out of pity, that I was just like a child. There were jerks that bullied her and I didn't notice. She didn't tell me because she didn't want me to be sad. Now that I know that, I regret not finding out sooner. I shouldn't have let her go, but now I don't know what to do or how to talk to her. I want her to be happy, so I thought maybe she would indeed be better off without me. Maybe that's exactly what she thought too. So you're not the only one who feels embarrassed. Just don't carry a gun anymore, okay? I'll try not to. Thanks for trying to lift my spirits. No problem. And since I'm single now, you can always go out with me if you want. Thanks, but no thanks. I went back to my corner, lost in thoughts. That day we were all restless. The different incidents had spoiled our morale. We'd had enough. The situation was insufferable. The rescue team was too slow and we were slowly losing hope. Hours passed and still no sign of the rescue team. It was maddening. Since I had stayed still for a while, I started to have pins and needles in my legs. When I went to the bathroom to stretch a bit, I suddenly felt the anxiety coming back. I hated that place. As soon as I saw the mirror, the explosions came back in my head. I was at my limit. I couldn't wait any longer trapped underground. I had to see the sky, to breathe fresh air. At that moment, I had another panic attack. When I opened my eyes, I was in the hallway. Actually, it looked like a distorted version of the hallway. Blood was pouring from the walls and the ceiling, and I could even hear that familiar sound again. There were corpses all over the room. Corpses. No, it's not possible. Don't tell me. I slowly approached the rigid bodies. They had terrible faces, convulsed with pain and fear. Was this even real? Or was it just delusion? I couldn't tell anymore. No. My companions were dead. I had only spent a few days among them, and I already felt a strong bond between us. I thought I could save them. That I could help them. I could be useful again. Was that all in vain? Somebody must have used the gun. Those bastards. Feverishly, I looked around. I picked up the gun that was on the ground and wandered around in this new battlefield. I was on edge, expecting to see anything, even my own shadow. Suddenly, I felt a presence behind me. Frightened, I turned back. It was a living corpse, a soldier. He was cursing me for being alive. No, it was me, a twisted reflection of me, a woman who had a horrifying grin on her lips, as if she was enjoying it. She was wrapped in darkness, covered in blood and flesh, laughing in a fit of madness. I was the one who had done it. I was the one who had killed them. It had to stop. This chaos had to stop. I didn't want anyone to die anymore. I didn't want to see blood and hatred anymore. The monster slowly came near me. I didn't have time to think. Use the gun? No! I'm not using the gun! That can only end horrible. I am a smart individual, so I will not use the gun. I couldn't do it. I couldn't shoot. I had to accept the monster as a part of myself, as something that never completely disappeared. I had to stop running away. The past was painful, the words still haunted me, but I had to go forward to find out why I was still alive. The people who died needed to be remembered. Maybe if I gave them a place in my heart, maybe they'd be appeased. The road would be long, steep and disheartening, but maybe, just maybe, there was something behind the hill, something beautiful. As I dropped the gun on the floor, unable to shoot, I heard a drilling sound. I paused, confused. The ghost vanished. I felt unstable. My legs were shivering. I had no strength left. Suddenly, there was a loud sound, and the walls exploded. Something was coming. God? Was I going to die? Behind the walls, another world was standing, a mysterious world. Everything became pure white. The light dazzled me. I felt too tired and fainted. I slowly opened my eyes. It was too bright. I waited to get used to the light. When I was finally able to see, I realized that I was in the shopping center's main alley. There were firemen all around me, moving like busy bees. It felt unreal. We had been saved. Someone had rescued us after all. While looking around me, I saw all my companions sitting on stretchers. Doctors were asking questions, examining them. I took a deep breath. I felt a small breeze on my hair. The shopping center had been destroyed, but we were alive. At that moment, it was all that mattered. We were going to be okay. For the first time in hours, years even, I enjoyed a strange sense of serenity. I was feeling incredibly well. I don't really remember what happened after that. Our rescue was so surreal I couldn't think properly. The malnutrition and lack of sleep didn't help. I only remembered what the doctors told me, that there was a terrorist attack, that they had set up bombs and the building collapsed due to the impact on the foundations. I also learned many died, trapped in the mall under the ruins. Many had escaped without a scratch too, of course, but some had died. I was shocked by those words. After all, I had intended to take my life that day, and yet I managed to survive while others had died. I was flustered. Maybe this was a sign. Maybe somehow, somewhere, someone was trying to tell me something, that I shouldn't give up yet. Then I realized, words are just like weapons. They can be used to hurt. They can leave lasting scars, invisible wounds. For years I had suffered because I only heard cruel words. What people thought of me because of my post-traumatic stress disorder. The ones who should have helped me left me to my sorrow with a mere shrug of annoyance. Their words Golly. Their words prevented my heart from healing. I'm gonna drink something real quick, so I can actually read this properly. Ooh. By the way, it looks like I'm getting the good ending. By the looks of it. Using words as a defense or offense tool is so common that you could almost say they were conventional weapons in the hands of every human being. Anyone could hurt you without realizing it, without noticing what lies behind, the memories hidden by the meaning. But words could be used as a powerful weapon to make life better too. Words can light up the way in the darkest hours. Words can bind people together and allow them to rediscover hope. Kind words can break the cycle of the daily unnoticed emotional abuse. That was what the incident taught me and what touched me. I had met various people who had their own personal stories and suffered from the same prejudiced words. Because we were different, many people had a tinted view of what we should be and didn't see us as what we really were. It was so painful. But this is the reason why we should use kind words to break that cycle of bias and struggles, to be able to live freely, all of us. That's what I would do from now on. That's how life is. The road is long, but I'll find my way. I'm sure of it. Normal end. Woo! Normal end. Awesome! Didn't get the bad ending. Oh, thank goodness. I'll probably look up the other endings just to see. But it said normal end, so that might imply that maybe there's an even better ending. Maybe. Because usually, you have good, normal, and then bad. Or maybe that last decision that you make in the game is the deciding factor. Oh. Oh. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I think I get it now. What I need to do is focus on talking to each character. And I'm pretty sure don't kill myself at the end of the game. I'm pretty sure that counts as a game over. So yeah, I'll kind of skim through the story, but I'll do a run with each of the characters. So I presume normal run means, I kind of spread it out, my choices. But yeah, in fact, let's, okay. I'll just go down the line. I'll do Gabriel's and Ellen and so on and so forth. And yeah, I'm excited now. Oh man. I highly enjoyed this game. This is awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.